All right, and here we go. Quick little breakdown and tutorial. We've got, this is the AK02 Arcturus. I've definitely done some custom mods to it. It's going to be coming with the drum mag, some 11.1 volt, 6000 mAh green stock batteries, the biggest ones that there are. Got them to fit in the buttstock. The optics, which are Faiachi. That's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Faiachi. We've got red dot. I like this red dot. This is nice. And magnifier, not so much, but it does its job. And it's flipped to the side. So you don't have to, you can just run the red dot, and then if you got something longer range, you can flip that bad boy to the side. Got boxes for these. So this is an LCT drum mag. Arcturus has been pretty proprietary as far as mags go in general. The issue is, well, one of the big issues was the feeding lip right here. I had to grind it down. It was also too wide. But the main thing is that if you just grind down, if you just extend the feeding lip and grind the sides down, it's not going to line up. Where the BBs feed out, it's not going to line up. And that's the main problem. So I had to actually set this back a little ways, and it frickin' works great. Actually, before I plug this in, I will show you what it sounds like with the 11.1. I think this is in... All right. Super snappy. Yeah. With .20s, this is shooting above 400. I have the paperwork. I think it was clocking in between like 405 and 415. God, she's really, really awesome, man. First things first, though, I'll show you how this seats in there. But basically, I got her to fit perfectly. Got the snap. She's in there good. Pops out nice. Again, got my finger caught there a little bit. Got the nice snap and out. I think she looks awesome. So yeah, she'll be coming with that. Throw this to the side. I'm gonna toss in an extra mag too, regular mag. So she'll be coming with a mid cap, a high cap, and the drum mag. Oh, let's see, what's next? I can leave this on here for shipping. This is a Zenetco side mounted. It's great, super solid. You can actually get the cover off perfectly fine with it on. Never need to take it off. What will we do next? I think we'll do the buttstock, where I have the batteries. All right, so first things first. There's room for the batteries in here. It can be a little bit of a pain to get them in. If you get it to seat exactly right, you will be able to move it back and forward. I would suggest putting a little bit of lubrication inside of there so that the one battery at least that's inside the buffer tube. There's two along the sides, the one that's on the buffer tube at least, and the wiring that goes around it will be able to move freely. But let's see. Okay. Top plate. Basically, I've got two disconnects. I wired it to Dean's. Got one disconnect here. So if you're playing, you know, if you need to disconnect it, it's at the end of the day or whatever, you don't feel like messing with this and pulling the wires out because it can be kind of a little bit of a pain. Boom, you just take the top cover off, uncover those, you're good to go. Just make sure that when you're seating these in here, there is moving parts here. Yeah, right there. So just make sure that it is not touching any of the moving parts. Are you gonna go? No, I might have. Yeah, with these sometimes you just gotta play with them a little bit. Get them to sit in there real nicely. I'm rushing through for the sake of the tutorial, but usually if I take my time and do it right, it will reward me. There we go. So yeah, that's in there good. That's able to free float. The hop up is right here. It's a little lever that you move back and forth. Might be able to see it right there. Little lever. Choo-choo. Now onto the buttstock. So, alrighty. Down here, got two little things you pinch, and the back plate will come off. Then you got that. Once these are seated in there pretty good, sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain. What I'll usually do is I'll move it in to kind of like get a hold of the wire, and then I'll kind of pull it back out to, it's hard to do it with one hand. Then I'll kind of pull it back out to kind of free up the space and unplug them. So this was the other one, you know. Let's see, that goes back up in there. And then you can just pull the batteries out from here. This top one is going to be the one that sticks because it's going through the buffer tube. And you've got, let's see, it's going through the buffer tube. And you've got that kind of like a bit in the way too. So actually the best thing to do is to extend it all the way, pull it out, and then pull these out the other side of the buffer tube. Be careful feeding these out. Yeah. And I want to kind of pull on that right now, but it's probably best that I feed these out as I'm pulling that out. Like, and make sure nothing gets hung up back here. Like that. These things will last you till the end of your life. Man, you could literally go to a Milsim game and play all weekend long with these. These are amazing. Yep, got this wired to Dean's, like I said. Extra, just an extra feed in there. So basically, when you're setting those up, you want to put them in this side first, like this. And there's a specific one that kind of tends to want to be on top. And so you put them in through there, but this way. And then once they're through, you're going to, well, let me think. I'm sorry. You want to kind of feed that through first. And then, after that's kind of through, then you want to feed these through. Pull the wires through, connect them, and then pop them on. If you can get it to, if you can kind of get this one to kind of twirl around this, it's going to make it easier to go in and out. And again, put a little bit of lubrication in there, like some silicone, a little bit of just a light thing of silicone, maybe some graphite, you know. It'll make things a lot easier. I drilled this out right here. This was covered by some pretty thick aluminum. Took me a while to drill that out and get it to smooth on the sides. So yeah, that's that. I'll pop this sucker back on and I will show you the front end. To get this back on, you pull it down. It's just, I mean, I'm sure you've run stocks before, but yeah. Got that. Pop that back on. And got that. Just like that. Put that in safety. We still running? Yes, we are. Okay. The front end. This is fun. Let me see how well this is lined up. Okay. This went onto the front of the gas tube here. So this will come with it. Basically, the design on this is I think it was a classic Army suppressor. And then I took the outside casing of an Angel Hive suppressor and glued it onto there. It's on here, super sturdy. It locks in right there to the gas tube, and then the bipod legs hold the rest of it in. Got a magnet on there. I'm gonna pull this off before I ship it. So yes, to take this off. Oh, one other thing. The way this is seated in here, the barrel is not exactly in the center of it. That's why I drilled this out up here, kind of into like a little flange. And that way the BBs won't hit the top of it, because it's not directly line centered. It's about right up there. And there still is enough room to put a mini tracer in there if you want tracers. And if you want to fill it with foam, you can fill it with foam too. It's an AEG, so foam's probably not going to do too much, but you know, if you're using it as a DMR, it might just give that extra little bit. So yeah, take this off. Oh, another cool thing about this too is with these bipods is when you're running this, so basically, you know, you're not doing anything, it's just sitting there like that, right? When you're running it, pull these out and up and out and up like that. I think that looks pretty badass. I think that looks pretty freaking killer, man. Another cool thing about this is that it's going to give the suppressor a little bit extra protection. And also, you know, if your freaking arms are tired or you're a little lazy or whatever, you know, I mean, I'm sure you'll have it, you know, on a freaking, whatchamacallit, you know, bungee or whatever. But if you're feeling, you know, you can always freaking, if it's a little heavy or whatever, feeling a little tired, bam, just freaking rest it on the ground like that. And you're not going to bend the suppressor, you know, mess with that at all. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then just snap it back into position like that. To get these off, it's M-lock. So, which one do we need? Are you too big or are you just right? You were just right. All right. M-lock's awesome. I mean, M-lock's great. It goes in and out real easily, real nicely. Because this has a little bit more room for it to go, because I cut out these windows right here. It's a little bit more, it's really not that bad, you know. It's sometimes you try to get it to seat and it kind of won't catch, you know, and so you just got to back it off and try again. And usually on the second try it seats, usually on the first try it seats fine, but I've never had to try more than twice. Okay, so this basically, you can see the windows right in there, and this basically slides out like that. You got that, and this is epoxied. The hive suppressor kind of, you know, heat disbursement type thing is epoxy to it, so it's not going anywhere. And you want to put it back on. Oops, trying to do this with one hand. It goes under, these go underneath the lips, not over them. It goes in like that, slide it in like that, put the bipods on, good to go. Got this replacement part, or not replacement, the stock part. Put that back on if you want. You can kind of see the marks from it. It sits there right in front. And I think, let's see, what else? Is that it? Yeah, I hate this thing, this little foregrip thing, so you know, you're welcome to it. Yeah, this thing's awesome. One thing I would suggest is keeping a very light coat of silicone on the inner barrel. This is Gen 1, and a lot of the Arcturus Gen 1s had big time problems with the barrels. I mean, it was the most rusted. This one, and I have the 416 M4 variant over there. My God, that one was unbelievably rusty. This one was a little bit. I had to definitely clean it and remove the rust with WD-40, which normally you don't ever want to use WD-40, but to remove rust I had to, because the silicone wasn't taking it off. So I cleaned it, polished the heck out of it. I've had a light coat of silicone on it. I haven't shot this. I just shot this before I started the video. Didn't even adjust the hop, and it's going out like, it's going a good 100 feet, and just straight and true. I think I had want to say I had 3 O's in the mags that I was using. Oh, by the way, the drum mag feeds awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so just, take care of the barrel. In between uses, just, do your little deal where you do this and roll it up and just like a little tiny, just, psst, psst, just little bit of silicone, beep, 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 that, if you're not going to play for a few weeks or whatever, just leave it. It'll be fine. Like I said, I had this sitting between shootings for about, oh man, probably a good 3 months and 4 months maybe. By the way, this is not seen gameplay. Only thing I've done is, backyard plinking to get it dialed in and test it and whatnot. Which, speaking of, you're going to have to adjust the hop on it because I don't have a range further than probably 120 feet, which was hitting straight and true, but I think it was starting to lift up after that. So, whatever, you'll adjust the hop when you get it. And I think that might be it. I'm not going to take apart the rest of it right now. There's tutorials for that on YouTube. The only thing I would suggest, God, I don't know, maybe is a torquier, snappier motor, but I mean, like, you just heard it. It sounds freaking beautiful, honestly, I wouldn't mess with it at all. The gearbox is, the gears are shimmed amazingly. The gearbox is awesome. It sounds great. Like, I wouldn't mess with it at all. But if you have to mess with it, the motor, get a torquier motor. Yeah. This does not have a MOSFET in it. It's got the electronic trigger contacts. The gearbox is dialed in, so technically you don't need it, Yeah, Arcturus is awesome. I posted this one on eBay, and I posted the 416 variant, and as soon as I saw you guys were bidding on this one, I took the other one down because I'm like, I want to at least have one Arcturus. I was kind of hoping the other one would start selling and I'd take this one down, but, because this is a pretty freaking awesome replica. And I think it's going to make a really nice DMR. Yeah, so that's it. Happy bidding. Should be coming to a close here in a few minutes, in about 10-12 hours. Any questions? Hit me up. 2 quick things I forgot to show you. This right here, see if I can balance this. Bingo. I already hit it right now, but after you're done playing it, you press that. It's like a spring detentioner, and it'll go. And if the spring's compressed, it'll loosen the gears and the piston up in there and release the spring tension. That way, you're not leaving it sitting with the compressed spring. You'll lose FPS that way. The other thing I wanted to show you too was, again, with the drum mag. So basically, like, listen to this. Right? Now listen to this. Oh, that's the wrong side. What I did was put padding in there and along there. I left it empty at the top, and the top up there. I figured most important parts are going to be the bottoms and the sides. But yeah, it does make a pretty big difference. I mean, listen to this again. Imagine running. Hey, we gotta run over there, but we gotta be quiet at the same time. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. I'm the man for that. Yeah.